Each item has a story to tell, deep and true. A heart full of love, stitching worlds anew. From treasures of earth to the waters we...
Hi, welcome back to Melly's Education. So, last night I promised you I would do an update. So, what's the update? Guess what? Should I tell you? Should I share the update? Are you curious? Well, before we start, let's do something different today. You want to know the update. You're curious. Did you click that like? Did you sub? If you haven't, go do that real quick and come back. Did you do it yet? Oh, wait. Okay, you ready? All right, so I'm gonna share also some photos about our update. It's about our incubator. So what's going on? Well, I'm gonna start by telling you that our first batch, the first 12 eggs we incubated, we did it with the foam. Do you remember? Did you see that video yet? I'm gonna put the link up here if you did not see it yet, okay? It will be right up here. So the first set of eggs we incubated, we did it with the foam. We got the Smart Incubator and we put the foam on it because a lot of people tend to put the foam on it. So I decided I'm gonna give it a try. I mean, I got tons of eggs, so I decided why not, right? Why not? Let's just give it a shot. And I did that. Well, they did have life in it, okay? They had veins and everything in it. Pretty much almost every single one. But during that time, the temperature of the weather in this area in Tennessee, it got really, really hot. It got like 100 degrees. We had all the fans, we had AC on, everything. But with the foam, it creates even more heat because the room is so hot, right? So, no. Did we hatch? No. Not with the first set of eggs. But did we give up? No, we did not give up. We're not giving in to anything. So we disposed of them correctly and cleaned the machine up. And we did a second batch of eggs. Now we're in almost day 10, sort of like. I'm just letting it go. So we're in sort of day 10. So what that looks like will be in a picture that I'm gonna put right now. So those eggs, as you see, you can tell by day of kind of the development of how it goes by day. It's different from day 1 to day 21. Chicks incubate for like 21 days. 21 days, and in some rare occasions, maybe 30. But they tend to hatch sometimes before that. Now, we got a Smart Incubator. That means, this is what that means, okay? It means it has an auto rotator, 360 degrees all around. Now, the rotator, because I was opening it that first time that I got it, constantly, like 2-3 times a day to rotate. That rotator does not work. So don't do that. I don't recommend opening it multiple times a day. Don't. Open it one time a day. One. To like, if you want to like flip them. But if it's auto rotate, it automatically rotates them. So you won't need to do that. Now, from day 1, you want to wait until day 6. If possible, wait until day 7. It's even better. You can take your flashlight. In reality, any flashlight will make do. And you can open it gently and flashlight the egg. I will say the bottom, which is the thicker part of the egg. And you put the flashlight and see what's going on in there. Put it towards the darker part of the room is what you want to do. So you can kind of see better what's going on. In the process, if you could put a camera on the side to take some pictures, even better. If it's not fully developed yet, but you see a little bit, but it's not capturing in pictures, wait a couple more days. That's what I did. I waited to day 7. Now, we're now in day almost 10. And so you'll see what the development is gonna be in a few from now. We got almost all the eggs are looking good, except for 1 or 2 that are not looking like nothing. Now you wait a little longer, okay? Because some do develop a little after, so you don't want to dispose of the eggs immediately. You want to wait and see. Give it a minute. You know, it has a little thing, so just give it a minute until it develops those veins. Come on, it takes time to grow those veins, okay? It takes time for it to develop. So now the water does not have to be changed daily. This is how the water bottle works. The water bottle, and I will show you that in a picture right now. I decided to give you a few views of different pictures and see which development is in each egg. They're all different, and as you can tell, that's the shadow I was talking about. You need to see that in eggs to know it's fertilized. That bottle, what you're gonna do is every 3 days, you're gonna check on your bottle. Or you can glance and see. But So I wanted to include this. Here we are. This is how we do it. We're gonna tilt it, clip it, make sure that's in there good. There you go. That's all. That's how easy it is. Continue with the rest. Every 3 days, it's what around it empties itself. The water flows from the bottle all the way to the incubator through the tube into the incubator. Now, every 3 days, you're gonna put water in the bottle. Warm tap water, not hot, not cold. Especially if your bottle is empty. Your bottle has to be very low or pretty much empty. Pretty much when it's empty. I'll be having to do mine because it has this much water in it. So in a few minutes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put warm water in and put fresh water in the bottle. So once in a while, you might have to lift it a little bit so that water goes down into the incubator. Not a big deal. When is it best to have your eggs? So which eggs are you gonna put in the incubator? Okay, that's even a better question. Which eggs are you gonna put in the incubator, Maddie? Maddie, 1 day, 2 day, how many days do I have to wait? Can I have eggs that were laid 20 days ago? Well, you can try for those eggs, but the best circumstance for you to have successful eggs is after those eggs are immediately laid, about 1 week. 1 week. Because the fertilized egg is its strongest, sort of like, it's its best. Has its best chances to hatch you a baby chick, or chicks in plural, if they have been laid within that 1 week. So gather all week, 12 eggs. 12. And you can put some more on the side as backup as the chickens lay eggs, just in case those eggs in 6 days don't go for it. But 1 week is what you want to do. Okay? Now, you kind of want, as your chickens are laying the eggs, is before you put these eggs in the incubator, there's also a trick that I learned, and I'm going to share it with you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get my flashlight. So, what you want to do is you want to take your flashlight and you kind of want to put it on the egg, right? Let's pretend this is the egg. Now, you want to see, you see how my hand is dark here? You want to see a shadow in the egg. A dark shadow. A strong shadow. Okay? If you don't see that in the eggs that you're about to incubate, that egg is not fertilized. Not all eggs are gonna be fertilized. So what you're gonna do is look for the ones that have a dark shadow. You see how the light hits here, but up here it doesn't, but it's, you can see the shadow, okay? That's what you want. That means that those eggs are that means that those eggs are fertilized. That means that you have a high rate of probably hatching successfully all your eggs. Now, when I first did it the first time, I thought, well, I have had 2 roosters, so all are gonna be fertilized. Yeah, but that rooster might have missed 1 chicken or or 2. So yeah, you want to check on your eggs and see if they're fertilized. I did so, and then I was missing about 3 eggs. So I took 3 eggs from my fridge. Yes, I said from my fridge. 3 last eggs from the fridge, because I had used all the ones that I had a week, right? And then I had accidentally put some in the fridge. So I honestly wanted to get some more. Now my eggs are laying now 12 eggs a day. So I get a lot of eggs a week. But I bake a lot and we cook a lot. So those eggs come in, come out, but I'm always having eggs, thank God. Sadly, and the reason I took those other 3 eggs, okay, we lost our Chanticleer. So what is a Chanticleer? Chanticleer is the brother of Mr. Red. So this right here is our mascot, Red. A lot of the community in YouTube knows Mr. Red, the Crusader Red. So Red is our mascot, and he had a brother named Chanticleer, and they all come from the same batch. Chanticleer, something got him in the leg, and I'm not sure what did. Then we did the makeover, or actually we did the transformation to the chicken run. Now the chicken run is with the coop, so nothing can get in at all. My chickens are safe, okay? Before, the coop was separated from the run, and I had to transfer from one to the other and stuff. Now it's easy. The chickens go in and out by themselves into the run. Food, water, everything all in there. They all dry from the rain. No more mud messes or anything like that. But Chanticleer, on one of the times that he was loose, he liked to hang out behind the shed. We all know where tends to lurk in dark areas. Usually tends to be, you never know if it's skunks, you never know if it's badgers, you never know if it's snakes. I'm not going to leave that out because it is true for facts that if you're coming into owning chickens or chicks or whatever, you have to know also to secure your flock. Okay, so something got him. He liked to hang out back there. I always took him out of there. I never liked him back there. Something got him on the leg, and unfortunately his leg swelled so bad that even though I was providing medicine and care and soaking him in Epsom salt, that's a must-have when you own chickens. Get yourself a bag of Epsom salt. Just put it in a cabinet. Get yourself a tote, because you will need that first soak in with a hole on top in the middle. You will need that to soak them. You will need that to soak them, soak a chicken or a rooster. You also will need that too, and Epsom salt and some soap in case they have mites. We'll talk about that in another video. We'll talk about the soaking of the chickens in another video as well for either or situation. But anyway, Chanticleer had to be, unfortunately, put down. Why? His legs swelled like a ball and it would not go down. He got worse and worse and worse, and he will not eat or drink. I had to manually take him out and put him near the food for him to eat and for him to drink. He was always in a nesting box and didn't want to get out of the nesting box. So that's why. But anyways, I grabbed them 3 other eggs because I want to make sure I also have some chicks that belong to Chanticleer and give Johnny, because Chanticleer was his rooster. Yes, Johnny, I said for you. I want to make sure I provide him with maybe another roux. I know it's not Chanticleer, but something that will be his again. I got Red, I got the chickens and stuff, and I want to make sure I provide him with another roux. So somewhere in the batch in there. So in a couple days, I have to check to see if all eggs are viable. They all look good. They all look amazing. But I'm waiting for the last 2 eggs to see if there's more bayings that pop in those 2. Now, along the way, you have to check a little bit after day 10. If it's not a viable egg, if there's no life in there, if there's no veins, nothing in there, you have to take those out. The ones that don't have nothing. A little bit after day 10, if there's nothing in the egg, take that out and then put the eggs with their spacing if you have to. Now, it's all looking fantastic. Let me show you. I'm going to take you over here with me and I'm going to show you. So, wait a minute. All right, so here we are. This is how much water I have now on here. And this is empty, but the water is in there. You see it? So with a little bit, I empty. Some might come back, but not into the bottle, okay? And that's already in here. And no, if you take the bottle out, this water will not come out. But you see what I did? Just to make sure that, now if it fills here, and it keeps filling and filling and filling, well, that was weird. Anyways, make sure the bottle doesn't the water doesn't keep filling here too much. If it does, and it does real fast, right now it's slow, so it's good. You can take and fill the bottle. Warm water, not hot or cold. So these are the eggs. As you can tell, my chickens, they don't give you little eggs. They give you jumbo size eggs, gigantic eggs. And no, those are not duck eggs. Bleh. Those are not duck eggs in there. You cannot put duck eggs with chicken eggs. I want to leave that in clear because there's different temperatures, there's different hatch days for ducks than chickens, and you cannot put quail with the chicken eggs or with the duck eggs because they have different hatch days and different temperatures. So make sure you think about which ones you want to incubate and incubate them as which ones you want and choose which month or whatever you're going to do because they will take like a month to hatch them. Now, you have different eggs in there. You have Americanas, you have Longhorn, which is these ones, jumbo ones, and you have other kinds in there as well. So I chose different ones. Now the smallest egg in here is this one. Now be careful when you choose eggs. You cannot choose teeny tiny eggs of chickens. And you cannot, let me put you back. I want to emphasize on this because it's very good info, and I want to emphasize on this because it's very good info. And not only that, I know that not many know this info that I'm providing you with. So I hope that you find this very informational to you. I've been doing this since I was little. So I grew up raising ducks, raising baby chicks, raising chickens and turtles and everything. And kitties apparently. And kitties. So you do not, you know how so you know how some eggs are different shape, like not the normal shape, but they have this, looks round, and then it's supposed to be pointy, right? It's supposed to be like sort of like this, right? Round on the bottom and pointy on top. Well, some eggs have like a little bit of the wave going in them, okay? And then the other side, okay. No. Don't incubate that egg. That egg is not a viable egg for you to incubate. That means that the rate of that egg and that chick, it's not going to be very high. So there's eggs that are very tiny. And can you incubate those eggs? When it comes to chicken egg, be careful which eggs you incubate, because the smaller the egg, the more harder it is for that chick to have space in there and hatch. So just be careful. There's some eggs that are called the fairy eggs. What is that? It happened to me when I first got my chickens over 3 years ago. It was the first egg they laid, and I know I have heard about fairy eggs in chickens. It is the smallest egg. They do grow, okay? They do grow. But basically, that chicken, sorry about that. That chicken can't lay you a bigger egg. Why? Sometimes her body is still developing inside. It's like a pregnant woman. We're doing the whole pregnancy, we're developing inside. We're making space and this and that. Some chickens cannot lay you a bigger egg until later. They're just starting basically. So the ones that are misplaced, are misshaped, don't put them in there. The ones that are just, ever seen the ones that I call them the ultra jumbo size? They're like, they look like an ostrich egg. Sort of like, not as huge as that, but sort of. They're just this big. And yes, I have had 4 of those during the whole time that I have had chickens. Don't incubate those. Why? Yes, that will give you a big chick, everybody thinks. Nope. There's a certain size of an egg that you just cannot incubate that one in those incubators. Maybe there's another type of incubator that you can incubate the jumbo size. But unfortunately, those chicks that are, the egg is too huge, they will struggle. They might not survive, basically. You might see them dying as they're trying to hatch, and they just can't. Their system inside is just all messed up, okay? I don't want to leave any information out, so I'm sorry if it bugs you or if it intimidates you or whatever. But info is very important to know the know-how and where how-tos go around. So as I said, we're in day a little bit 10. And when are you gonna open the incubator? When is the last day? Day 18. Day 18. Get a calendar, start marking your days so you can make sure that you need to check every 3 days. Make some little notes. Make notes. And kind of like write yourself a little journal. A keepsake journal or a poster. Get yourself a Get yourself a poster or a paper to put in that table or counter, wherever you put in your incubator next to it. Write the date that you started incubator and write the end date where you're supposed to end. Day 18, don't open it no more. And then you'll start hearing at day 20th or so, some of them start to hatch. So, all right, that's the info I have for today. As I said, I'm gonna put pictures along the way. Check those out, and I hope this info was helpful to you. I know it's a bit long, but I'm sorry about that, but it was a lot of info. Also, don't forget, we got stickers. Who wants to do a sticker swap? Sticker swaps. Sticker swaps. All right, make sure you check out, click the like, subscribe, and thank you so much for supporting my channel and my business. And know that I love you all. Have a great day, and I hope this info helped you. Bye.